Court Reporter with Stovall and Associates.
Welcome to Court Reporter with Stovall and Associates. I'm your host, Mike Iglinski. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Thanks for being with us tonight. We had one guest tonight, Ms. Donna Cox. She is running for Nye County Commissioner District 3. This is the redistricting new district, I guess is the best way to put it. So you're running against Ken Searles, so we've got a Republican versus a Republican. And we haven't had you on since this one, but we've had you on in the past. So
yes.
Welcome to the show.
And thank you for having me, Mike. I appreciate this. And I guess it's your last show before the elections. So,
that's true.
I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely, we're glad to have you. I'm sure that you've had a voice in the community for some time. I know you've been very active with different things. Could you kind of give to the viewers who maybe don't know you, and I don't know how they wouldn't, but you ran the Concerned Citizens for a Safe Community, which can be a controversial group. What are some of the issues that you guys have taken up in the past?
Well, actually, I've been here for 23 years on and off, and I've been actively involved in the political scene the entire time. And we kind of moved around for a few years and traveled a little bit and came back semi-retired. And we came in with the prison issue. And that's how CCSC got created in the first place, because we thought that there was just going to be a new jail come in, and all of a sudden we got hit with this big hammer that said, no, it's going to be a detention center, or as we call it, a prison, because a prison by any other name is still a prison as far as I'm concerned. So we realized we needed to get out and do something and get involved in the community and do it as a group, because the commissioners were not listening to us and the town board was not listening to us one-on-one. So that's kind of how CCSC got formed, and I was elected president of that, and I've been there ever since. And I have a chairman and a vice chairman or vice president. We don't have a chairman, but we also have a secretary and treasurer. And then, of course, Nancy Lorder's been our attorney, and she's running for a judge seat this time around again. And we've been watching over community affairs and events and trying to stay on top of things and trying to keep people informed and trying to save your tax dollar from the demise of the town board, which hasn't been easy. And
can I ask you something about CCSC, since you kind of really have been running the organization or heading it up for some time now? Has it been a benefit to have such a consolidated group with different issues to back you as a political candidate, or have you had a hard time because sometimes you might fracture some of the voters because they might agree with you on one instance or maybe disagree with you on another?
Well, actually that happens with everybody, but I was nominated both times to run for office based on the fact there were a lot of people involved there, and nobody else wanted to do it, or else they felt that I was knowledgeable enough to do it, because I have over 40 years experience behind my belt. This is not my first go-around. When I was very young, I lived and grew up in East Las Vegas in Clark County, and that was just a small town, and I started out on the town board there when I was 22 years old. And that was just an advisory board. It was a town advisory board, but the citizens got to bring their issues to light, and then we made our little votes, and then we followed through to the county commissioners for them. And we normally 99% of the time got what we wanted out of the county commissioners. And that was one reason I'd like to talk about question number 2 that's on the ballot when we get to that. Okay,
well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. And other organizations that you've been aligned with, I know that you're an animal lover, and I know that you're very active with the NRA. As far as some of these issues, it kind of has, it seems to me that everybody kind of falls into the same a bucket in this town. It's a very conservative county, and I'm sure everybody is, pro-gun rights, and seems to be an animal lover out here too. So, have you found it strange that you're pitted against another Republican in the general for this?
Not really. The only reason I feel that it's a little strange is that the Democrats didn't run anybody for county commissioner. The only person that I know of that's running as a Democrat locally is Harley Culkin. And I don't know where that's going either, because they've had issues in the past between him and his party. So no, it came down, there were 4 of us, it came down to 2. So they had to get me somebody to run against. So here we are, myself and Ken Searles.
How does the party react to it? Have you heard anything from the state level party as far as how they're
Yeah, they're not really, they don't want to get involved and support or pit one person against the
Right.
other, so they're just letting us do our own race and do our own thing, and, whoever wins, wins, and they'll be working with them.
Okay.
And I'll be working with them even if I don't win, because I am precinct captain in Precinct 16.
Right.
And so I will continue to be there.
You've had you had already mentioned that at 22 you started serving on public positions. Do you also have experience as far as in the private sector?
Yeah, I've been a businesswoman my entire life, basically.
What kind of businesses were you doing?
Well, we started out in construction, and then as I got older and didn't want to do all the hard work anymore, actually I found that to be better than sitting in front of a computer. I had my experience with that too. But I started out in construction, and then we ended up doing the retail end of it, and instead of installing and building anymore, we started selling the products, and that's basically where I retired, semi-retired, was doing window treatments and selling paint and carpet and wallpaper, and actually doing the installation. I've done everything from ceramic floors to laying carpet to pouring cement slabs and supervising jobs, and so it goes on and on. I have a lot of experience in planning and zoning, and I'm actually, my basic background is in architecture and planning, in community planning, and when I was on the town board, I actually handled all the zoning issues in the town because nobody else wanted to take them on, because there's always lots of controversy when you have those. And so you have to have kind of a happy medium, and you have to be able to compromise and work things out between the developer and the citizens and the department.
Sure. Okay. Well, we're going to take our first commercial break. We'll come back and we're going to talk about some of the issues that you've raised in your candidacy for Nye County Commissioner.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Thank you.
Court Reporter with Stovall and Associates.